In today's video, we're going to be giving you an update on cane training, otherwise known as orientation and mobility training. How is it going so far? Am I still doing it, or have I given up? I don't know. Let's go discuss it. Hey everyone, this is Matt. Welcome back to another Blind to Billionaire video, and today I'm going to be giving you an update on cane training, otherwise known as orientation and mobility training. How is it going so far? So as of right now, actually, I'm sitting here with the boss, El Jefe.
Hola!
Corey. Yeah, so we're bringing her back more often because a lot of you have been saying, hey, bring Corey around more often, so I need to do what the audience wants, right? And bring
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, so apparently that's what we need to do. But anyway, we're here, and we thought we'd give you an update on how the training is going. So actually, I've had 8 sessions in total, 7 of which were out in the field. Like I like to say, out in the field, so we're actually outside of the house. I don't really count the first session because it was mainly just us sitting around talking. But now that we're 8 sessions in, how is it going, and how am I adapting to using the cane more often out in public? So before we get into it, let's see if Corey has any thoughts.
I think you should just keep going with it.
Okay.
Yep, because I'll let you tell the story.
Sure. Okay, so a lot of you have probably watched Corey's video from, what was it, last week? Or something like that.
I don't remember when it was.
Yeah, titled something like A Sweet Story from Cane Training Shopping Adventure.
Yeah, something like that.
Something along those lines. Yeah, so if you watch that video, I mean, it gives you a pretty good idea of how it's been going so far. But I would say it's going really well, and I'm really glad that I am sticking with it. I would have to say that the first maybe like 4 or 5 sessions were really tough, and it was really hard for me. I would say, like I said, the sessions that were out in the field anyway. But then there was one day, like a pivotal day, that the two of us, the trainer and I, we went out to the mall that we were typically training at, and I was thinking, like, every day he was advancing me a lot. Every single day he was basically doubling the assignment from the previous day. And I was just thinking, like, my skills are not advancing as quickly as he is adding more material onto me each day. So when we were going into that training session, I thought, you know what, I just need to be vocal about this and be like, hey dude, like, I'm not ready to advance even further. So as we were driving to the mall, I said, you know, can we just have a review day? Because I feel like my skills are not advancing as fast as I would hope that they should be at this point. And I said, you know, yesterday was incredibly stressful. I didn't sleep last night, and I would just like a review day. And he said, oh, that's great. I'm glad you brought that up, because today we're actually going to be walking around the mall together, and he would be under a blindfold. So we actually went into the mall, and he threw a blindfold on, and we actually walked around the entire perimeter of the mall, which is pretty big. I mean, it took us like an hour and a half. And then we went downstairs and did about a quarter of the perimeter, the two of us, and he had his blindfold and I was trailing behind him. And it was a really interesting experience. It gave me a ton of confidence after that day, because I thought this was like a mainly stress-free day. I was able to navigate through the mall, you know, with him, but also independently at the same time. And from that day, I have not looked back. It was, like I said earlier, it was a pivotal day for me with the training. And what is your perspective on, like, my attitude after that day?
So prior to that day, Matt, I mean, he was having panic attacks, like medical panic attacks, because of the training.
Come on, Corey, it wasn't that bad.
He was breaking out. He was sweating through his clothes. He couldn't sleep at night.
Yeah,
he had heart palpitations.
I would end my training sessions with my shirt, like, soaked. And, like, I mean, I realize that's gross, but it's like I was so stressed out, and I was like literally sweating through my shirt.
I mean, like, he really was having a panic attack for like a couple days in a row. It was just really bad, and I mean, I think that's reasonable. My heart
was freaking out. I mean, like, real stuff. Like, my heart was like going crazy. It's like, this is not healthy.
Yeah, it was just so not healthy. And so I was kind of encouraging him to just be done, because I really felt like, you know what, this just isn't going to work. But what has changed? So now I feel like Matt's a lot more adventurous, and also the biggest thing I think when we travel together is that he has his cane with way more often. He used to never really like bring his ID cane except if we went to the airport. And now I think he's doing a better job of bringing it just anywhere he goes out in the community, or like in this situation this week, we're on a ship. So he's like bringing it on the ship, bringing it on the islands. It's really just, I feel like in part, it's just him getting like used to the concept of like having his cane. And I also think that he's more like directionally inquisitive. So he'll be like, okay, well, which way are we facing now in the ship? Or what's to my right? Or what's to my left? Or how would I get from here to there?
Yeah.
Like, he used to never ask those questions because it didn't really matter. I mean, like, he'd ask what was around us, like, socially, but not from a orientation standpoint. And I feel like that's improving. Anything?
Right. Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
So to Corey's point, like she said, I never brought my cane with me anytime other than going to the airport. But now, especially around here at the ship, like I brought it to dinner tonight, which was really nice. And when we're disembarking the ship or just walking around for any reason out in the morning, I'll bring it with me because it makes it so much easier to navigate the stairs. Now that I actually know how to use it and how to properly navigate stairs with the cane, I mean, we just fly down the stairs now.
We really do.
Previously,
Matt
it'd be
flies.
like, we walk up to the stairs and it's like, okay, feel for the edge, grab the handrail, do all that mess. And then now it's just like, no handrail, we're just going.
And I will say something about that really fast. So previously, when Matt and I would do stairs, I would get in trouble 100% of the time we used the stairs because Matt would be like, I'm always in deep, deep trouble. And he would yell at me. No, he would never yell. He just hates it when I say that. No, but my point is that previously when we would do the stairs, Matt would skip a step, or like there would be a platform instead of a step, so he would like step wrong or stutter step up the steps, whatever. And he'd always be like, "Oh, you need to tell me when this stuff is happening." And it was like, dude, I can't always tell you 100% of the time. Like, I'm not that good at this. But now with the cane, he only really has himself to blame. But yet, does he?
Are you done complaining about me?
No, I'm just saying, I think it's really good because it's giving more independence.
Right. Yeah, so it's making it a lot easier for sure, and especially when we disembark the ship, it's a little bit difficult. I mean, I don't know. There's a ramp and like a big steep angle that goes up and down.
There's rugs everywhere for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's just
ridiculous.
It's just not ideal. But anyway, the cane makes it so much easier getting on and off of the ship with that because I anticipate what's coming, whether it's a ramp up, a ramp down, whatever's going on, rough terrain. So it definitely helps out a lot. So now, getting back to the training, now that we're 8 sessions in, we're done with the mall. I conquered my little goal, and my trainer said basically we're done at the mall. I know there's a lot more we can advance a lot more and improve, but for the most part, right now we are completed. So when we get back home from vacation, we're going to continue with the training, and we're actually going to be doing what he calls, I think he refers to it as semi-business.
Or semi-industrial?
Semi-industrial, yeah. So it's basically not quite like a downtown Minneapolis, but maybe like a smaller city, and we'll be navigating outside as far as basically doing the same thing we were doing in the mall, just outside. So navigating streets, crossing streets, finding little businesses along the way, going inside, and maybe doing something inside.
Well, and I also think you've been doing a lot of like what does you say when you say that?
Trailing.
A lot of wall trailing. And like sometimes that's not an option. And so I feel like maybe you'll learn more about that.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah, because as all of you know, trailing a wall is not always an option. But
it sure is nice when it is.
Sure is nice when it is. That's for sure. When we were at the mall, that's mainly what we were doing, is a lot of wall trailing, just because it makes it easier. Well, I don't know. That's just what he was teaching me. So I'm sure there's a lot of other strategies too.
Yeah, but I think it's really been good for him.
It's been really good so far. I have so much more confidence with the cane and just being seen with the cane. Previously, I don't know, 2 months ago, I did not like having the cane out for any reason at all. And it wasn't so much that I was embarrassed by it, it's just more like I just didn't want to have it out. I didn't want to be identified. I didn't want to have it out because mainly I didn't know how to use it.
Yeah,
it's like, what
that's
do I do
what it
with
came
this
down
thing?
with. He felt like a fake blind person.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't know how to hold this thing.
Because he's like, he'd be like, do I look like I'm doing this right? And I'd be like, I don't know, you look like you're in charge.
Yeah, but then at the same time,
guy,
we're like, wait, who's going to say I'm doing it wrong? I mean,
yeah, like what kind of an a-hole would be like, hey, that blind guy sucks at using his cane?
Right.
I mean, that'd be mean. What kind of person,
Right.
I just said 2 things I didn't want to say.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. We won't be editing this one.
No. Yikes.
Yeah. So anyway, we just wanted to give you a quick little update, but yeah, we'll definitely give you more updated videos in the future when I get back and do some more training, things like that. But yeah, I would definitely say I have so much more confidence with the cane. I don't know, a month and a half ago, I cared what people thought when I had the cane. I couldn't care less now. I literally could not care less now when I have that cane out.
I think we should talk about one more thing.
What?
We did not say we were going to talk about this, so I don't think he's going to want to talk about it.
Oh,
but
God.
I think we should talk about the business of traveling from the room to the coffee shop. And the reason why I'm going to bring this up
Okay.
is because in the last video, Matt talked about using the cane training. Like he was like, yep, I'm going to go from our stateroom to the coffee shop, and I'm going to bring coffee back to the room. And
We've only been here 3 days.
I know, but I'm just saying is that it's really hard.
I haven't done it yet.
To be honest, he hasn't done it. Today we went down together, and like he did use his cane, and I kind of helped talk him through it a little bit, but it was like really, really hard because there isn't a wall to trail.
So there's not a wall to trail, and I haven't gone through that training yet, so I don't know what to do. When there's not a wall to trail, what do I do?
Well,
I don't
yeah.
know. That's why I'm hesitant. But not only that, so here's the dilemma. I know I can get to the cafe, I can get the coffee, but getting back is the hard part, because when I walk out of the cafe, I don't know where to go. To me, it feels like I should be walking straight out, but then Corey's like, no, you need to curve to the right. And it's like, dude, we just walked straight in. How do I need to curve to the right? The hallway did not just shift. I guarantee it.
But here's the thing, and this is where like we could both improve our communication skills and maybe our orientation and mobility skills. I don't know how to properly tell him what to do, because I'm like, go straight, and he's like, that doesn't mean anything, which I know it doesn't. But I'm also kind of feel like, I don't know how to tell you what you need.
Quick tip. For anyone having potentially their spouse train them on this, bad idea. Bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't have your spouse train you with this.
You'll hate your spouse.
Yep. Pretty much.
Maybe. I mean, you might. Not me, but somebody might.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but the thing is I thought it was worth bringing up because even though cane training is going well, we know there's a lot to improve on, and it's still really hard.
Yeah.
And I think that it's fair to say, you know what? Some stuff is way easier and the confidence is increased. Mm-hmm. But like this task that we put out is way harder than we thought it would be.
I know I can get there. Like I said, that I know for a fact I can get there. That's the easy part. Mm-hmm. It's getting back and trying to find the hallway that I need to get to.
Yeah, like he's really good at the hallway. It's
but
just
finding it,
all
like finding the opening is going to be the hard part. Because I need to I don't know. It's hard to explain, but finding it and getting back to that hallway is going to be the hard part. I'm trying to visualize it, and it's like I just can't put the pieces together to make it happen. But I just need to do it.
Yeah, and so I think what we'll do is like each day we're going to try kind of a different method on how to make it work. So,
but I almost feel like that's cheating. Because anybody else in this situation would not have a sighted person walk with them and be like, okay, there's an obstacle here, there's a table there, trail that wall. That's not how it works. All of you just go out and figure it out. So I feel like it's cheating to have Corey walk around with me and tell me all the obstacles.
Yep, I totally agree. But I think I could maybe step back a few feet and let you, like, I would just shadow you, sort of. But I'd also know you don't want me to just stare at you the whole time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's a balance. But
before
I think
this week's over, we're doing it. I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Just basically just need to do it.
Yeah, it's kind of scary though.
Yeah.
But we do this at 5 in the morning.
5 in the morning. No one's around except for just a few workers.
3 workers.
Yeah.
So it is empty. So it's less scary because there's less people around. Mm-hmm. But it's still really scary.
Yep.
And we marked our door even, so when he gets to our door, he'll know it's ours. So I mean, we've implemented some different techniques.
Right.
But it's just really hard.
Yeah.
And it's been fun for me to see Matt like use his cane, and because I have not seen any of his mobility skills, like because I don't go to their sessions, and so it's fun to see kind of this change.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so anyway, quick update. We're going to run off to watch an ice skating show.
Yay! Ice skating show on the ship.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm a little more excited than Matt.
Right. Because I just hang out and listen to the music.
And you can hear the skates, and you can hear if somebody falls. Because then the crowd goes,
yeah, everyone. Yeah, everyone.
It's kind of funny.
Right.
Yeah.
So, anyway, anything else?
No. Thank you guys for being here, though.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, today's shout out is going to who? Blind Toes.
Blind Toes. We talked about it. Blind Toes.
Yeah.
Oh, so, Blind Toes. I have sparkly shoes on right now. I don't know if that would be like a good thing because my toes are cute, or a bad thing because they're covered up.
Let's give him 10 sandy toes up.
Yay!
What do you think?
I totally think 10. No, 20. Because we each have 10.
Yeah, sure.
20 sandy toes up.
Sure. Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching this. Leave any comments down below if you want. Otherwise, questions, anything like that, stick them down below.
Absolutely.
Cool. All
Thank
right,
you.
See you guys. Thanks for watching this. We appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye now.
You can't wait to see me now, 'cause lately you